Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to show you guys this broken Furnace Evo and some graveyard decks that it could go well in. So I'll show you a few different buildings that could go with it. Let's get to it. Alright, with this first one. So I think the Furnace is great. He goes Battle Ram right at the bridge, so I'm going to have to defend with this Knight. Luckily, it gets the job done. I have to late bar barrel as well. But I've noticed that Furnace just puts so much pressure. You can't ignore this card when you place it down, which is why it's so strong. Some good spells I've seen against it are Fireball and Poison. Barb Barrel is probably the best because it's only a single target troop. Doesn't do splash damage, only the Fire Spirits. So if you time it correctly, like this, you can put the skeletons down and destroy it before the Fire Spirit comes out. Okay, so I'm going to have to put a cannon here. It's all good. So I'm going to wait, actually. I don't want to go in too early with the graveyard. He has a Golden Knight, which is probably one of the worst cards for this Furnace, because you don't want cards getting too close. So I'm going to have to Barb Barrel right here, just so it doesn't get too close. Perfect. And then we'll poison this down, hopefully to destroy it with mine. Nice, nice. Dude, its range is so long. It's crazy. It is so weird to see the Dark Goblin shooting this slow after the balance change. But I'm not complaining. Alright, so we could get a Knight in the back. And if he puts a Furnace down... Oh, he put Battle Ram. We're going to have to cannon the top. An Ice Whiz. Oh my gosh, we have to poison here. And then late Barb Barrel. Hopefully it only gets one hit. Alright, it only got one. I'm going to late Graveyard because the Dagger Duchess is out of ammo. It probably wasn't the smartest. His Furnace is countering very well, surprisingly. It's probably because it's the Evo with the 2 Firecrackers. So I'm going to Knight and then cannon right on top of the Battle Ram so that it avoids the charge. And then Barb Barrel right on top of the Evo Furnace. Perfect. Well, Graveyard late. Oh my gosh, my Furnace just got defeated though. I thought I was going to stay alive. So we'll Ice Wizard, Skeletons on this Battle Ram. And we're going to have to Knight as well. So we'll Barb Barrel this whole left side. I think that's okay. And we'll just Furnace on defense. I think yeah, we're down pretty big here in overtime. Not really sure what to do. I think he's got my number with this Furnace right now. We're going to have to be ready for his Battle Ram. And I think that's our best bet. Just get a good counter push off of it. We'll Furnace a Dark Goblin. And Barb Barrel this Furnace. We're going to have to Graveyard early. See if we can get any value out of this Furnace. Weren't able to protect it, but we could poison down everything here. And he goes Battle Ram, so we're going to go Ice Wizard Cannon. And then we're going to Furnace on defense so that we're getting extra Fire Spirits to spawn by defending. We'll Barb Barrel the left side. Can't really ignore the Furnace on the right. But we're almost even again. So we're in triple. So I'm going to have to Ice Wizard high and then cannon up top. Barb Barrel the Furnace. I need to get poisons or graveyards down like now. We'll Ice Wizard this, cannon the top. And then we could go in with Graveyard Barb Barrel. Perfect. Hopefully this could get enough damage done while he has to worry about the Furnace on the right. Okay, we'll Furnace here. And then Skeletons, or we'll Knight up top. We'll Knight up top. Another Graveyard Barb Barrel. And I don't think he could do anything if we poisoned. I think that's too much damage to overcome. Oh, and the Dark Goblin got caught in the poison as well. 2. We sweated that one out. That's a big win. Okay, the Furnace is very hard to defend, and I think that's going to be the most annoying part about it. So for this next battle, I replaced the cannon with the Goblin Hut, just so you guys could see a different building inside of this deck. I think the Goblin Hut, after its nerf, is not nearly as good. Still taking out a whole Hog Rider here, but when Hog Rider gets paired with Earthquake, you're probably going to really start to see the difference. So I think we're going to Furnace, probably, or we'll Ice Wizard here. And then, because he uses Bowler, I really want to get this Furnace in the opposite lane so I get value. Because Bowler is a really good Furnace defense. So we'll start putting pressure there, while we can Knight up top to distract the Bowler from hitting the Ice Wizard. And he goes Mirrored Furnace. That's how you know this card is just not good for the game. Luckily, we could defeat this whole thing with a Bar Barrel. Okay. And he has to use a whole Witch on the left side to defeat this. Hopefully we could get one shot. Nice. We got the tower down to 31. So we could Goblin Hunt. And then we'll Furnace opposite lane again, just because he put Bowler. I think I'm starting to notice that using Furnace opposite lane is probably the best thing to do. If you just leave it alone, you just can't. But if you support it, then they could get a lot of value off of your troops. So I'm going to put Knight up here so that it doesn't hit the Goblin. Alright, well I put it down too late, so it's still hitting the Goblin Hut. It's fine. And our Furnace is still getting value on the other side. We'll Bar Barrel just to make sure the Furnace dies. And then we'll have to Goblin Hut, probably Skeletons up top to defend this Mega Knight. I don't think Furnace was the best play here, but because it's the Evo... Oh my gosh, it's doing so much damage with the Fire Spirits. That's not nearly as bad as I thought it was. And then Fire Spirits still go left lane, so he has to defend there. So I could actually Graveyard on this Bowler because he's out of his Furnace. And then we'll poison all of this. The Graveyard's going crazy. Oh my gosh, I could just leave the Furnace alone and Bar Barrel on the left. That was insane pressure. He had a little bit of a heavier deck, so we were able to go in with Graveyard. I don't think we're typically just going to be able to go in with Graveyard like that. But we could Skelly on the Hog. Then just make sure that this Evo Witch doesn't get on tower. And we are good. That should be game. So dual lane pressure with this Furnace is nasty. So for this next battle, I'm going to use a Tombstone instead of the Goblin Hut. I think that this is a great counter to the Furnace because it counters every Fire Spirit with each Skeleton Wave. So this is my personal favorite variation. I'm going to put Furnace opposite lane here just because I think that's when its capability is at its best. When you just place it alone in the other lane, kind of shut down the lane. You can't not answer it or else it'll destroy your tower. So I'm going to wait for this Furnace to cross the bridge here, and then we'll put the Knight. And then we'll try and protect this Furnace, which we're not able to do. But we could poison his down right here. So his deck is seeming very similar to mine right now. I'm thinking he has Graveyard. So we'll Bar Barrel, and it is Graveyard. So we could put Tombstone down. I put it in the wrong spot, so we could Ice Spirit or Ice Wizard as well. This will be a great defense. Now we don't have as much Elixir as I'd like for a counter push here, so we're probably not going to put Graveyard. But I'm thinking here, let's actually Knight, just so I could get a little closer to this evolution right here. All Knight. Okay. And then I could Furnace opposite lane just alone, because I think that's probably when it's at its best value. You have to put something for it. And here, I actually like this. I'm going to go Graveyard because he put the Knight too far back. And we could poison all of this. And look at our Furnace on the right. He can't really do anything about it. Besides, an Ice Spirit. And then we could Bar Barrel this just to defeat the Furnace. And then we'll pre-Tombstone just in case he wants to put a Graveyard, which he does. I'll wait for the Ice Wizard. And that should be another amazing defense here. A Furnace on the right was alone, and now the tower's down to 3,000. We'll do the same thing. We'll just Evo Furnace to the right. Let his Furnace get a little closer. I could even poison all of this. And then we'll Night Skeletons. Bar Barrel on his Furnace. We could late Ice Wizard as well, but he had to waste a whole Goblin Hunt on our Evo Furnace. I'm actually going to go Graveyard here. Oh, and he put the Furnace on the wrong side. The dual pressure is crazy with this card, and all I did was leave it alone. It took the tower. Oh my gosh. And then, wow. Okay, I'm going to poison whatever he puts, and then just, okay. We Tombstone Bar Barrel the right, and then we could... Wow, that was insane. Yeah, this card is so broken, and hopefully you never have to face it for too long. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this shows you the kind of decks that you could use with this card, how broken this card is, and sort of the best play style to use with it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Hitting the subscribe button really helps me out and really helps me get more content out to you guys. So thank you for watching, and happy clashing.